But a lot of people think because their parents never had a really good marriage that they don't really have that as a role model. They don't know how to have a good marriage. So they think, well, I'll just settle. Don't ever settle. It is so much better for you guys to be single than to settle. Please, if you hear one thing from me, don't settle. Be happy being alone, because being alone is great. I mean, there's a lot of advantages to being alone. You can do what you want. You can have sex with whoever you want. You can go to sleep with whoever you want. And you can go to bed and watch TV, or you can talk on the phone, or you can masturbate whenever you want. You don't have to worry about the person next to you, what they're doing or thinking or saying. So it is nice to be alone sometimes. It's also nice to be in a relationship. It's nice to have a partner. But if you're miserable, then it's not nice to have a partner. Michelle, it's good to see you too. Jody, I've been married for 44 years and I would not change a thing. Awesome. What makes your marriage tick, Jody? What makes it work so well? Hey, Blake Boysen, is it weird that my girlfriend uses my Xbox controller as a dildo? Hey, I'm not going to yuck your yum if that's what she likes to do with it. Maybe she likes to use it as a dildo because that means that it's inside of her and you can't use it. Maybe she's trying to get your attention. Blake is laughing. Men say that. Let's see. I don't know. She said, I don't know how I feel about this yet. Maybe she has just had bad experiences with men, and maybe she has created this philosophy to cope with that. What do you think? I'm going with yes, Eliza. That is definitely the philosophy she has created. People will say whatever they want to rationalize whatever fucking shit they're going through. If they have a really bad marriage, they may say things like, oh yeah, it's okay for me to cheat because my kids are more important, or the career is more important, or whatever it is that you can rationalize. But the bottom line is she doesn't sound like the happiest human on the planet. So go with people that are that you respect, who have healthy, normal, and relationships that you want to emulate. I got to have sex with someone or I'll lose my mind. David, what are you going to do about that? You should really focus on one of your Instagram or YouTube. I don't remember asking for that advice. Yeah. If I do that, then unfortunately I lose out on this. And then if I do, I try to please both. I find that if I stick with just one, we have like 11 people on, and it's not like really going to be all that is stimulating of a conversation. If I put two going, we can get some good convo flowing. So sorry about that. You don't like that. Yeah, Brad. But the bottom line is, if you want to really get a good conversation going with me, go to my Patreon page, Patreon. And it's /KarenLee. I can put it right here on Instagram. And if you go to Patreon, I will be happy to talk to you personally, and you don't have to share me with anybody. And it's all confidential. Patreon. There we go. Patr. I get a lot of shit from people, and people think I'm doing this for money, and I'm not. I just take it because I'm an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. I got some real exciting stuff coming up, by the way, you guys. I can't wait for you to find out about. All right, so everybody saw Patreon here at some point. I see why you're saying that. I missed a lot of the Instagram questions here and comments. Why don't you and Dees have an open relationship? I think right now we're very, very busy people, and we're very happy with each other. So me and my boyfriend do not have an open relationship. I think when you're going to have an open relationship, you are adding maybe more excitement and maybe more adventure, but you're also adding more complications. You run the risk of causing problems in your relationship as far as jealousy and things like that. This was the threesome conversation I had with Taomi, the Glamazon, on Monday's podcast for Sex Talk with My Mom. It is out right now if you guys want to check it out. But that's why we don't have an open relationship. I think both of us right now are pretty happy with the amount and the quality of the sex that we have. But we might in the future. Who knows? You only live once. Go live once and go live once to tell us about you. Maybe people want to know you more than anyone talks. Okay. Let's see. Love you, baby. Sexy women accept my friend requests. I don't accept friend requests on my personal Facebook page, but I will follow you. And if you want me to follow you, just ask me. It's difficult to approach older women because they think I'm only trying to book up but when I'm really not. It's going to be difficult to approach older women in general because they're a little intimidating, and they might think you're only asking for sex. But just go ahead and call the white elephant out in the room, saying, "Hey, I'm not just thinking about you for sex. I'm thinking about you because I find you an attractive person to talk to." Just speak your mind. If you really are just approaching them because you just want to hang out, and tell them that. By the way, if you haven't already, please give a thumbs up to this video. If you're watching it later, give a thumbs up to the video. This makes the channel become more visible. Let's see. Thank you for all the compliments. I know, right? Exactly. Those personal questions are so annoying, but also funny. They are funny. I take them with a grain of salt. What do you do to look fabulous to a mature woman? I'm just myself. What can I say? Blake, D's nuts. We call my boyfriend D's because he doesn't really want people to know his first name, so we call him D's. D-E-'s, like in D's nuts. That's his favorite joke. Patron KarenLee is sexy. Thanks, Blake, for doing that. Jody, I've been retired for 6 years and love it with my wife. I've been going to Costa Rica for the last 20 years, and it's a honeymoon every time we go. Oh, that's awesome. It's great to know that people have maintain and keep the connection going even after many, many years of marriage. Jody, question, have you opened your relationship up? Have you had other people come into it? Have you had threesomes or anything like that? Just out of curiosity. Thank you for thumbing up there, Blake. Mastermind 120, from the world population, what percentage of women at any age do you think is single? I think about 5% of the female population is single. I think you're wrong, Mastermind. I think it's a lot more women than you think. Hi, cool things. David, I don't find Black American women attractive. I find non-Black women attractive. Okay, David, you're telling me that you haven't had sex ever or in a long time, and it might be because you're too picky. Don't disqualify an entire race because they happen to have a different skin color than you're attracted to. Give it a chance. CK85, as long as you're happy in your relationship, then you only live once in a lifetime. Oh, bye. Let's see. Strange, I find girls, good-hearted chicks, very attractive. Thick girls. Okay, Hurt Locker. I'm sure that's great, no matter the race. That's what I'm talking about. How to attract a mature woman. Oh, back to that question. I never answered. I just wrote it down. Sorry. Okay. So the best way to attract, listen up, everybody, Instagram, YouTube. The best way to attract an older woman is to walk up with confidence, approach them, talk to them about what you think they might be interested in speaking about, and really listen to their answers. You can ask a question that has an open end. Don't ask what do you like better, chocolate or vanilla? Don't ask those kind of questions. Ask questions like, what are you passionate about? To find out what that woman tick, what makes her tick. So if you ask her questions that are going to be maybe thought-provoking, and maybe she thinks, ooh, this guy actually gives a shit about me. He's really talking to me because he wants to know more about me. That's the sweet spot there, because then you get her interested. It's kind of like a sales job. I know people that equate meeting women to sales. So if you're a good salesperson, you know that the best thing to do is to keep the conversation going and to ask questions and be a really good listener. Find out what their issues or problems are, and then try to show them why you would be good for that, to help them, because people will be attracted to you that way. So that's the best way to attract an older woman. Just be confident and ask really compelling questions and listen to the answers. Vishal, Karen, with that personal chat on Patreon thing, you can actually become a messiah for lonely people in USA. I believe, and believe me, there are lots and lots of lonely people wanting to talk. Thanks. Yeah, I'm offering a pretty damn good deal on that service, by the way, because if you think about it, if you went to a therapist, you'd be paying a lot more than $5 a month to talk to a therapist whenever you want. And I have plenty of guys asking me questions almost every day that I spend the time answering on Patreon, because I know if you're supporting me on Patreon, that you care about me and that I care about you. Roy, hey Karen, like you because you're an older woman, but I guess you're not single, but I would love to date you if you were single. We can get to know each other. Roy, I appreciate the compliments. 10 and a half years with my boyfriend, and probably going to be another 10 and a half years. So I think it's a good idea for you to find someone who has the same qualities that I'm throwing out into the world. I haven't had, oh, Jody, I have not had, haven't I have another woman I have and do not need another. Okay. You're happy with the woman you have and you don't need another. And you've been, it sounds like you've had a great relationship. And I appreciate you coming on and sharing that with everybody here. Cameron, you love my content and me. Thank you. What do you think? What do you think? Do I look fabulous to a mature woman? I don't know what that means. Would you come to Israel one day? I will. I'd love to come to Israel again. I've been to Israel. I love Israel. Let's see, because I'm Jewish. But you know what? That's not even. Israel is such a spiritual, cool place that you walk on the. All religions are there: Christianity and Muslim and Jewish, and it just feels like it's just like an energy of goodness radiating out in that holy land. It's an incredible feeling. So if you haven't gone to Israel, you all should go. And I'd like to go back because I almost like, I really felt like I had a spiritual awakening there. Herlocker, what's your dilemma? If Blake is going, I'm listening. You can run it by me. Let's see. Karen, ain't you gonna give us your house tour? I'm eager to see your lovely house. It's an apartment. It's not a house. It's not that exciting. You're looking around here. This is a podcast studio. You can see where the podcast goes on. People come here and we do a lot of chatting on the podcast called Sex Talk with My Mom. What are some good sites to find older women that love young men of color? Again, I think you just got to go to any of the typical dating sites and type in exactly what you're looking for. I'm looking for an older woman that's white, or I'm looking for a younger man that's black, or whatever you're looking for. Put in your ages that you want. If you're not interested in a certain race, color, creed, sex, whatever, just put it all down there on these dating sites and you'll find people attracted to you. Oh my God, I'm going overboard. Overtime here. Let's see. Karen, I was dating a Persian cougar. We had different energy between us. We felt it. Her husband ruined everything. Sorry about that, but like the operative word was her husband ruined everything. Why do older women assume to be right all the time, and why older women don't care to listen to the young man? Can you really blanket say it's all older women, or maybe it's just the one that you have been with? True's number one. You love MILF, Sean Lee? Let's see. I found out the worst mistake that a man could make while making a move on a lady is to creep her out. After he creeps her out, I think there's no way to fix it. Yeah, I think you're right. If you're acting creepy and a woman has a safety issue, like if her skin is prickling around you because you did something to creep her out, it's going to be hard to come back from that. So try not to creep any women out. I guess the reason she's feeling creepy is because you said or did something creepy.